Once upon a time, in a village called Ipo, lived a beautiful maiden named Kambili. Kambili was one of the most beautiful and sought-after maidens in Ipo town. Because not only was she beautiful, she was intelligent and industrious. She successfully ran her mother's gari business. Everyone said Kambili was worth more than 10 sons put together. But Kambili had a serious problem that hasn't let her get married. She had really bad smelly feet. Her feet were so smelly that once she takes off her shoes in a room, the whole atmosphere automatically has a very awful smell that can even make one throw up instantly. Because of this, Kambili never takes off her shoes anywhere else except in her room. And she always wore stockings even when she is wearing ordinary slippers. This had been a problem for Kambili ever since she was a little girl, and as she grew up, it became worse. Her parents had tried so many medications before her father died, even local herbs and concoctions, but nothing seemed to work. This condition made Kambili not to have many friends and even suitors. She even rejected so many suitors because what will happen when she eventually gets married and the husband finds out about her condition? No one will want to stay with a woman with such smelly feet that can even kill a person. Because of this, Kambili forgot about getting married ever and focused her strength on growing her mother's gari business. In the entire Ipo town, Kambili had just one friend called Chika. She used to be friends with Machi until Machi found out one day about her smelly feet and started to use it against her. Machi had always been jealous of how beautiful and sought after Kambili was. So at every opportunity she gets, she mocks her for her smelly feet. One day, Kambili and Chika went to the stream to fetch water. Machi and her group of friends were already there when they got there. "Oh my God! What is this now?" Machi shouted. "No wonder I was saying I was beginning to perceive something awful. No wonder someone is here with her rotten legs." "What do you mean?" Chika shouted back at her. "Are you mad, Machi? You better watch your tongue." "Chika, please mind your business because I didn't call your name. The person with the rotten feet knows herself. Please, don't even try to put your feet in the water before you contaminate it for us, Biko." Chika almost gave Machi a dirty slap, but Kambili held her back. "No, Chika, it's not worth it, okay? Just help me fetch my bucket and let's go." Chika was boiling with so much anger. "You're lucky, but let me tell you, Machi, you won't always be lucky because one day I'll kill you with my bare hands. Easy," Chika said and went to fetch the water. Machi and her girls bursted into laughter. "I think that easy should be for the person you call your friend. You better be careful before she contaminates you with her smell," she said, and they all bursted into another laughter. Kambili stood a mile away and giving a sign to Chika to calm down. They both ignored Machi, fetched their water and went their way. These and many more are what Kambili had to deal with in the village. The mockery and torments from Machi and her girls, and also subtle jabs from other villagers. That night, Kambili sat at the back of the house crying bitterly. Her mom rushed to her side. "Kambili, what is the problem? Why are you crying, my daughter? What is it? Who hurt you?" "Mama, I'm tired of the ridicule. What did I do to deserve this condition? Everywhere I go, I see how people look at me and don't even want to draw close. Ever since people found out about the intensity of my smelly feet. Haven't you noticed that they hardly buy from us again? Instead, they go to Machi's mom. They said our gari is contaminated, and I know it's Machi's doing. I know she's the one doing this. But aside from Machi's wickedness, why do I have this condition, Mama? Why?" Her mother didn't know what to do or say anymore, so she just hugged her and they cried together. One day, a new young and handsome supplier came to their village to supply items, and he happened to meet Kambili and they got talking. After a while, they became really good friends, but Kambili was very careful not to make the mistake of taking off her shoes or stockings when they were together. They became really close, and Machi became really angry. Girls, I need to do something fast. This Kambili and Uche are getting too close. One day now we'll hear that they are getting married. I'm sure she hasn't told him about her rotten feet, one of the girls said. True, because no man in his right senses will want to be with a woman like that, Machi said. So what do? They formed a circle and made a plan to expose Kambili's secret to Uche. Few days later, Kambili and Uche were in her mother's shop, gisting and laughing. Machi snuck in and dropped a peel of banana close to the door. So when Kambili stood up to attend to the only customer they had for the day, she slipped and fell hard on the floor. While she was still trying to grasp what happened and wriggling in pain, Uche was already on her side, trying to help her. Machi rushed out and drew the stockings off her feet. The smell that oozed out made everyone run away. It was worse for Uche because he was bending so close to her that he even passed out for a bit. When he got himself back, he packed his bag and ran all the way to his village without looking back. Machi and a girl stood at a corner laughing so hard they were shedding tears. When Chika heard what happened, she rushed to where Machi was and began to fight her so bad. But Kambili's mom rushed and stopped her, and they both took Kambili home. For days, Kambili refused to step out or eat or even drink water. She was so devastated. Kambili became the topic of the entire village. They knew she had smelly feet, but they didn't know it was that bad. Mama, why are you not in your store? Chika asked when she came to see Kambili. Chika, my dear, I'm so worried about your friend. I don't know what to do again. For 3 days now, she refused to leave that room. Even to eat is a problem. They want to kill my daughter for me, she said and started crying. Chika tried to console her and then went in to see Kambili. Hey Kam, Chika called out to her when she entered her room. Don't let these people get to you, Kam. You're one of the most amazing people I know. This condition doesn't define you. But it does, Chika, Kambili said, sitting up on the bed and crying. Haven't you heard what they call me? Kambili, the smelly feet girl. Kam, don't let that get to you, please. We'll find a solution someday, I believe that. And as for that Machi, oh God, the day I'll really lay my hands on that witch, Onicha will be like Abba for her, she said and gave Kambili a hug while she was sobbing. You really need to leave this room, have a bath and eat. Your mom is really worried about you. She hasn't gone to the store since then. Please. Few days later, Kambili summoned courage to go to the market and assist her mom. It was horrible because once people sight her, they follow another direction as if she had a pandemic. They also made obvious comments that made her feel really bad. When she got to the store, her mom was even more worried. Kambili, why did you come out now? Why didn't you just stay at home? Mama, I was losing my mind just sitting at home doing nothing. Are you sure you're okay? Her mom asked. Mama, don't worry, I'll be fine. I have thick skin, so they cannot get to me, she said, smiling at her mother. They really didn't make much sales that day, as people were still avoiding them. As weeks turned into months, the king's son, Uzo, returned from abroad, where he went to study to become a medical doctor. It was celebration in Igbo town, as it was heard that Prince Uzo was planning to open the biggest hospital in Igbo town. And Prince Uzo was also a very handsome man, so all the girls were trying their best to win his heart. The king organized the welcome party for Prince Uzo, and the entire village was invited. Chika rushed to Kambili's house to get her. Knock, knock. Kambili, where are you now? Kambili, come out. Kambili came out, not dressed. Ah, Kambili, what is this now? Why are you not dressed? Chika, I don't think I want to go anywhere. I'd rather stay here than go and be embarrassed, Biko, she said. Embarrassed, kwa? I don't understand. By who? Chika asked. Chika, you know, the stigma and everyone looking at me somehow. Plus, I don't want to ruin the prince's party, I beg. Let me just stay at home. You can just go now without me. How can I go without you? You know that that's not possible. To, Ngwan, if you are not going then, I will not go too, she said and sat down. No now, Chika. Just go without me, please. Chika ignored her and sat down. Kambili didn't want Chika to miss the event because of her, so she went inside and changed, and they went to the palace together. Machi was trying everything to gain the prince's attention, but immediately she sighted Kambili in the crowd. She was filled with so much anger and bitterness. Because to her, Kambili had always been a competition. But before she could plot on how to embarrass her again, Kambili already left. Few days later, Prince Uzo was taking a walk around the village, trying to get accustomed to the environment when he met Machi and her friends. She was also a pretty girl, so he stopped to talk to her. Machi felt on top of the world. She immediately discharged her girls and offered to show Prince Uzo round the village. In her head, she had already set the date for their wedding and picked fabric colors. For days, Machi kept frequenting the palace to see Prince Uzo. One day, Prince Uzo and his project team were at the land where he wanted to build the hospital, when they heard a really loud cry from the bush. He rushed into the bush to find out what was happening. When he reached the voice, he saw the most beautiful girl he had ever met all his life. Kambili was on the floor, wriggling in pain. She was bitten by a scorpion on her hand while she was packing the firewoods. Prince Uzo immediately tore up a part of his cloth and tied her hand so that the poison doesn't move past her hand. And he carried her and rushed to the palace. He told the guards to fetch the firewood and take it home for her. When he got to the palace, he treated her and gave her some medications and asked her to rest. Kambili was awestruck and tongue-tied. She couldn't even say a word. When Prince Uzo wanted to put her on the bed to rest, he wanted to remove her stockings. She refused with so much energy that made him wonder. After a while, when she was better, he took her home. Her mother was so worried when she even saw the guards bringing firewood to her house. Immediately she saw Kambili coming with the prince. She rushed out and hugged her daughter tightly. "What happened, Kambili? I was so worried. What happened?" "Good afternoon, ma." "Good afternoon, my prince." "Mama, I'm fine now. I was bitten by a scorpion when I was fetching the firewood. Luckily, Prince Uzo was around and he helped me." Thank you so much, my prince. Thank you so much. What will I have done?" "It's okay, Mama. It's my job to help." "Alright, I should go now. Kambili, take care. Don't forget your medications. I'll check back tomorrow." "Thank you, Dr. Uzo," Kambili said, and he left. The next day, Dr. Uzo came to see Kambili. When he came, Chika and Kambili were sitting outside. Chika was grinning from ear to ear. "Hello, Prince Uzo. Good afternoon," Chika said. "Hi, good afternoon, ladies. And how is my first patient in Igbo town doing?" he said, smiling. "I'm fine, Dr. Uzo. Thank you so much for yesterday. Thank you for everything." "Please sit," Chika said. Uzo sat down and he stayed with them for so long, laughing and gisting. This became their daily routine for days. Machi went to the palace severally to look for Prince Uzo, but she always didn't find him. She later found out about his daily visit to Kambili's house. She was so furious that she stormed to Kambili's house without minding. When she got there, unfortunately, she didn't find anyone at home. The next day, Prince Uzo was at Kambili's house again. "I've been meaning to ask, why do you always wear these stockings, even in this hot weather? Even the day you had the scorpion bite, you didn't let me take it off." Kambili began to stutter. "It's nothing, Prince Uzo. I just get so cold on my feet, hence why I always wear the stockings." "Oh, okay," Uzo said, wondering. The next day, Kambili and Chika went to the stream to fetch water, and on their way back, Machi ran into them and started raining insults on them. "Madam Smelly, rotten feet. How dare you try to take my man from me with your rotten smelling self? Let me just advise you now. Leave Prince Uzo alone. Run far away from him before you contaminate him with your cursed feet. He met me first, and I will die first before you have anything to do with him. I'm sure he doesn't know how awfully your feet smell yet. That is why he's still hanging around. Don't let me expose you." Chika had had enough. While she was still speaking, Chika turned her entire bucket of water on her head and started to beat her mercilessly. Machi was screaming and shouting. Kambili too was shouting and dragging Chika to stop. Leave me, let me teach this idiot a lesson. I've been warning her. Allow me, I am your helper and your fighter because I know that you are too soft, she said to Kambili. Chika, leave her alone. She's not worth it, Biko. Next time in your miserable life, you as much as speak to Kambili again, I'll kill you. Idiot. They left her there screaming and shouting. That evening, Dr. Uzo and Kambili were sitting outside the house when Machi and her mother rushed in. Where is that stupid tiger that wants to kill my child? Where is that girl with the rotten feet? Machi's mother was screaming. Kambili's mom rushed out. What is going on, Mama Machi? Don't ask me. Ask that dirty, smelly feet girl behind you. See what she did to my daughter. My daughter will never do that, I am sure. She did, Machi shouted, with her smelly feet. Just because she saw me with Prince Uzo one day, she attacked me. Oh, Prince Uzo, ask her why she's always wearing that stockings. She should remove it if she has the mind. She has rotten, smelly feet that can even kill a human being. Kambili was so embarrassed. She felt that the ground should open so she can just enter. After all the ranting and shouting, Machi and her mother finally left. So tell me, why are you keeping your condition from me? I thought we were friends. It's embarrassing. Every man I have met, all left immediately they smelled my feet somehow, or even just heard. So you might as well just leave too, because I know you can't even be friends with a smelly feet like me. That's why I wear these double socks all the time. Kambili, can I help you? I want to help. You cannot help me, Uzo. We have tried everything, but it's so bad, Kambili said. So can I see your feet? No, I won't let you. You can go into coma and the king will just kill me. Is it that bad? Uzo asked. Yes, it is that bad, Kambili said. When she got carried away, Uzo quickly removed her stockings and truly he almost fainted. Kambili screamed at him and ran inside and locked herself. The next day, Prince Uzo came again and she refused to see him, but he kept coming back until she finally summoned courage to come out. I thought you'd be long gone after smelling my feet, but you're still here. Yes, because I want to help you, Kambili. We can do something about this. Let me help you. When she agreed, Dr. Uzo started treating her feet, of course, wearing a mask. He washed her feet with an antibacterial soap, soaked it to remove hardened skin and scraped it with a foot file. Afterwards, he used a foot cream and foot powder and also an antiperspirant, and told her never to wear any stockings again. The goal is to let her feet breathe and allow a lot of air. He also told her to wear more of slippers and always sun and powder her shoes before and after wearing them. He gave her a list of routines for her feet and medications and asked that she follows them judiciously. As weeks turned into months, with Kambili keeping to every word Dr. Uzo said, like her life depended on it, obviously. Her smelly feet stopped smelling, you can imagine. After so many years of having smelling feet and being ridiculed in the entire village, her feet were now fresh and no longer smelly. She could now walk freely without that big stockings and her confidence was now back. When Machi found out about this turn of events, she almost ran mad in anger. Not only had Kambili gotten the prince, she was now healed of her smelly feet. Kambili's life took a different turn overnight. Her worst nightmare was finally over. She had the love of the best man in the world. Her mother's Gary business was doing so well. Her best friend Chika was getting married to her longtime boyfriend Ebuka. And her worst enemy could no longer stand in her presence. What more could she ask for? This story highlights the struggle that people go through. From smelly feet to bad breath to body odor, people struggle with these things and they might have been trying so hard to take care of it, just like Kambili and her family did. So let's try to be nice when pointing out people's insecurities. We don't know what they might have been going through in trying to solve these problems. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please drop your thoughts in the comments, like, share, and please subscribe. See you in our next one. Bye.